another Brook, aka Vet, with another episode of Don't Care Mentality. And like I said, boy, y'all never know who's gonna come from behind that door. And I got a special one for y'all today. 5-star Trey. Go ahead, pull up, boy. Let the people know you here.
I pray my ops to get some success in life, so maybe then they'll stop hating. They better stay out of my way. That's all I'm gonna say. Book me if you want a funeral. The paddock dial on the numeral. I drop loose chains on the watch. Taco Tuesdays on the yacht. I'm done playing from here.
Lockdown, that what you call it? Yeah, damn right. Lockdown. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and get this thing started, man. Appreciate y'all coming through, showing love. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna start off with like from the beginning. You know, we ain't gonna get into the football stuff. We're gonna get up into that. But you know, sometimes the people we want to know about your personality, about who you is, how you came up, this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? Did you always play football? You just play kickball in the hood? Like what all you did? You only play football? Is there any other sports you had love for? So we'll get into all that. Right now, we're gonna start at the beginning. Where you started? What made you want to play football?
What made me want to play football? Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was already like good at it, and my cousins used to play football. All my cousins used to play football, and I used to see them playing. And I'm like, dang, I ain't gonna lie, I want to do that too. Cause like we used to go outside, I used to be bombing them, all type of stuff. I'm like, oh, I can do this too. Like, you know, it's something I'm good at.
You say so? It was your cousins that kind of motivated you to get you started like that. So what, you started out playing receiver because you say you seen them bombing, or like running back, safety, like what it is that, like what position you wanted to play, or it just didn't matter at that time?
Nah, I wanted to play receiver, but like my first year, they had put me at running back. I guess because like I was one of the best athletes on the team. But then later towards the end of the season, they started moving me around. They put me at receiver, corner, safety, linebacker. They just had me playing everything.
So this was elementary school, you mean? Like Optimist or something like that, you mean? As far as running back? Yeah. We're going to go back a little bit before that then. You know, let's start back a little bit before that, before we actually get into that. What school you went to, elementary school? You went to a couple of schools? You went to one school?
No, I went to Associate Chartered Academy.
Okay, and you played any sports out there?
They had this little flag football league that like one of the coaches was in. They went to the school. So, yeah.
So it been in your genes since then?
Yeah, I guess you could say that, yeah.
Okay. I heard you lost your mom at an early age too. That was elementary as well?
Nah, that's before that.
Before that?
I was 4 years old.
You was 4 years old? Okay, so you ain't really get the chance to really feel the effect of that, but you just know growing up without a mom is what the effect you felt. Who you got next to you?
Oh boy, my pops.
Pops? Mr. Superman, huh?
Yes, sir.
You want to introduce him? You want to introduce yourself, brother? Anything like that?
You know, ain't too much to say. Just me, Kent, Pop Kent, Superman, whichever one y'all want to call me.
Y'all already know what it is out there, man. You know what I'm saying? So, did he play a part of a role as far as you wanting to play football? Or even before we get to that, like how vital has his position as a dad been for you during this journey from 4 years old, losing your mom, and him always been there? Has he always been there?
Most definitely, he always been there. He keeps me like level headed, you know. He keep me humble, not worrying about like the big stuff, like everybody praising me and all that. He keep me humble. He tell me what I need to work on. He tell me I need to keep my grades up, all that good stuff like that, you know.
Okay.
Take care of the house, clean up, things like that.
Okay. So now that we got slightly like that part out of the way, as far as losing your mom, you have a strong support system with your dad. Is anybody else in your corner like that as far as a support system?
My nana, I got a grandma, my auntie.
Okay, shout out grandma, nana, auntie.
Whole family, really.
That's what's up. It's great because a lot of times some people don't have that support system, or they be good at sports, they be good at something, but then the streets lose. A lot of them get lost to the streets because they don't have nobody at home, so they be trying to go buy things on their own and do things on their own. You know what I'm saying? But from what I'm hearing from you got a great support system. Not just your dad, you got your nana and grandma, and you're saying a lot of your family members. So that's real dope because that definitely does help. You know what I'm saying? How are your grades? Because I heard you say that he makes sure you own your grades and all of that.
Grades are good. I got all A's and B's right now.
What's your GPA?
3.0.
3.0?
3.1 now.
Okay, see, Dad, he on top of us, so y'all know he on that. You know what I'm saying? That's great though. That's good. That's good work. All A's and B's. So now after junior, after elementary, you went to junior high. And you was playing sports in junior high as well. Well, that was Optimist days. That's when Optimist started.
Yeah, that's when I started.
And that's when you say coach put you at running back.
Because I was about 9 when that happened. That was elementary, I think. That was probably like 4th grade.
When you started playing running back, how you feel about that position?
It was alright. I mean, I got the ball, but like, I didn't want to play running back. You take too many hits. I ain't really like me.
You like doing the hit?
Yeah, I'd rather give a hit than take a hit. And I mean, like at receiver, like you out there, you running routes, you get the bomb, people, you hit the blurs. Like running back, you get hit every play whether you got the ball or not. Running backs, they don't really last too long. Like you gotta really, really take care of your body to play running back. Like you get hit every play. So that's like a long wear and tear on your body.
Because sometimes when you're not running the ball, you got to block. You got to block some big dudes coming in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So even if you ain't getting hit, you got some big dudes. You know what I'm saying? So I understand what you mean. I never looked at it like that. That they get hit damn every play. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that was part of the decision. What made you say, "Well, I ain't taking no hits. I'd rather do the hit." And that's when you went to start playing cornerback, so to speak.
I mean, corner been something I've been doing. So like it was always receiver and corner. Mm-hmm. Receiver and corner was always the main two. It was just which one I was gonna pick.
So it's not like a Travis Hunter type thing. You just made the decision to play. I'm gonna stick to this one, but you can play the other one. Whereas in Travis Hunter, he think he can do both right now, like he did in college. He think he'll be able to do the same. His name Travis Hunter, right?
Yeah.
He think he just do the same thing in the league.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen him in the league. I ain't really watched no Jacksonville games yet, but he definitely did it at a high level at Colorado, Jackson State.
Well, not to get too much on him, but he did it at a high level, but not necessarily in a strong conference, because I don't think that's something he would be able to sustain in the SEC or possibly the ACC. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He did that in the conference that did it. And not saying that those guys wasn't good or level competition, but in those other conferences, it's a little more. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, but he's in it got him to the NFL. You see what he's doing now. So, but what they're doing with him, they got him on mostly playing receivers, but they put him in on certain times, certain packages on corner on defense. And so you saying your thing ain't like that. You for the most part chose to play DB, but you still can play receiver.
Yeah.
So to go back, like he said, when he was playing when he first started, it was a flag league. This was, I want to say, 3rd, 4th grade. Mm-hmm. One of his PE teachers at school, they had like a flag league going on at Vizcaya. So, matter of fact, I'm getting ready to go to the Liberty City versus Win Cherry game. Mm-hmm. He comes, Daddy, I signed up for this flag league. I'm like, what? So instead of that, we go over there. We go over there and play that, flag. You just show up on game day and play. I'm like, all right, this is it. It's good. Bet. And after that, he was so good at it. He was like, oh, I want to play real football now. So then that next year, I took him to West Miramar to start him out. And he was like one of the bigger kids and one of the best athletes. So immediately they like running back, linebacker. You know what I'm saying? But in my mind, I just knew the way the game was moving towards a passing league, like you have more opportunities playing receiver and DB. Mm-hmm. So immediately I went to the coach. I'm like, Coach, like, you gonna start him at middle linebacker? He never played real football before. Like that ain't really, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man, but he's so big, he's so fast, he ain't scared to tackle. So, I was trying to talk him out of it, but he was just like, man, this was the best, whatever. So after a few weeks, of doing that, like I'm still on him every week. Like, Coach, like he can catch the ball. So at that time, they couldn't really protect the quarterback. So as we got more into the season, that's when they started giving him more opportunities at receiver. And, he was doing well. Mm-hmm. So then that team kind of folded. Then boom, we go to PPO. Same thing. They like the running back coach. I can't think of his name right now. But he was like, man, he looked like running back. I'm like, yeah, but that ain't really what we trying to do. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, we trying to play receiver and DB. So they started him off first scrimmage. He was at safety. Came pulling. We was scrimmaging our 10U. So he pulling up, making tackles, looking good. So I'm like, for sure, he gonna be the safety. Next day, they come to me a week later. And we need him at the end. Like, he the only one big enough, strong enough. He gonna hold the edge. I'm like, bruh. But whatever. Sacrifice. All right, cool, whatever. So he played DN that year. But I'll never forget what made us ended up getting away from that situation. And those guys were great. You know what I'm saying? They was great teachers, coaches, everything. It was just the position didn't align. You know what I'm saying? Like, they needed one thing from him for the team, but I knew his long-term journey, he was gonna be either a receiver or a DB. Mainly a DB for me, because my situation with receiver when I was younger.
So, which was what?
So I played for Liberty City, but back then it was all football was more run oriented.
Right.
So I'm out there, I'm getting like one pass a game. I never forget one game, they threw me a hitch pass. I scored. It was like second, third quarter. I took my pads off. Like, I'm done for the day. Y'all ain't gonna throw me nothing else.
Was it because they wasn't throwing it because you wasn't that good of a receiver? Or you say it was just more running?
Nah, it was just more of a running team. We had 3 good running backs, and our quarterback was kind of small. He couldn't throw that far. You know what I'm saying? So we just was more run oriented. So I just it kind of just turned me off from football, which was my first love, and then I just went into basketball. But back to him. So we had this kid in our league at the time. He was just dominating everybody, catching about 10 balls a game, 2-3 touchdowns. So I hit the coach like, yo, man, I know you got the defense. Like, we ain't really been giving up nothing. We only lost 1 game. I say, but Trey can stick that kid. You know what I'm saying? They just he never replied to me. So I'm just like, whoa, come on now. Like, I ain't out here cursing, screaming. I'm like, just keep this in your, you know what I'm saying? So that game, we were actually a better team than most of those teams. Like, talent-wise, we was loaded because we had put 2 teams together. So we ended up winning that game, I believe, 13-6. But the first play of the game, their first play, what happened? Threw it to the kid. Touchdown, about 80 yards. So I'm over there like,
told you.
You know what I'm saying? But so the rest of the game, what they did was they put 3 players on the kid. They put a linebacker out there to jam him, a cornerback 10 yards off, and then the safety on top of that. And then so what that team did now is just run the ball.
They had that like that from the start of the game. They bombed. He bombed all 3 of them.
I ain't see that at the beginning of the game. He bombed all 3?
That was the beginning of the game. The first play, they threw it up. We caught a pip.
Yeah.
They came back I think second quarter. He threw it up. He got past the linebacker, ran past the corner, safety last line.
Yeah. See, I ain't know all 3 of them was over there. But yeah, my whole point was you throwing the whole defense out of whack, putting 3 people over there when you got a guy who, and plus that was the first year I had really got him a lot of DB training going into that season. So I'm like, yo, we DB all the way. Coach, we here to play receiver and DB. But I'm a sacrifice for the team, but especially this matchup, this is what we train for all summer. You know what I'm saying? So when I ain't get that, I kind of, I took it the wrong way and was like, we got to get out of here, get somewhere where you're going to be able to play DB.
And this was still Myanmar?
This was at PPO.
So yeah, you did say PPO.
We ended up winning the championship. And then my intentions, because he was on 9U, but so he had played 9U twice because of the birthday thing in AYFL. You can turn that age after May. So, but I was gonna move him back up to play with the kids he originally was playing with. So when I was about to do that, then I got a call from the quarterback's dad. He was Daddy Keith. He was like, man, we gonna go to Miramar. Why don't you bring Trey, him, because they already had done real close So at that point, like I made not a football decision, but like I'm gonna let my child be a child, stay with his core group of friends decision. But the only thing, so that was the year Samandre was the coach. Mm-hmm. So the only thing me and Samandre ever talked about, I never talked to him about offense, receiver, none of that. I just told him, Dre, if he come over there, he gotta play corner the whole year. Like no ifs and buts about it. Like that's my only like nugget in this whole thing. My only request is he play corner. And to his word, he kept his word on that. Like no matter like even we was playing like some teams that was a little more physical than us or whatever. And parents, because they knew Trey had played DN the year before, so they kicking and screaming about, man, move Trey to end, move Trey to end. And I'm just sitting there because like I already know, like man, Trey had this conversation.
Shout out Mondre. Shout out. Yeah.
So but Dre kept his word. Like I said, he left him at corner that whole year. Mm-hmm. And so that was really the beginning of Trey Allen. You know what I'm saying? Even though it started back when he was playing that flag that 1 year, but tackle wise, that was the beginning of it, that 10-year year at Miramar.
Miramar, okay.
Yeah.
Do you think if he had played, if Samandre, for instance, didn't keep his word and he had played in another position, how would that have shaped things? Because you say they was saying for him to play DN because he does have that size body, that size for that.
Not now, and that was my whole thing. Like I knew growing, like once he get to high school and let's predict college, like he's not gonna play DN. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm 5'10" at best. He ain't gonna get too much taller than me. Like he's not gonna be a DN moving forward. So I always had a long-term goal for him, a long-term plan. Because once he came to me and told me he wanted to play football, I used to always ask him, like, on the way to practice, on the way from practice, I'm like, yo, you want to be good and have fun, or you want to be great? Because if you want to be good and just have fun, like, that take a lot of pressure off me. You know what I'm saying? Because as a daddy, now I can just pull up, drop you off. I don't care what's going on. My child out there, he having fun, he running around. Cool. But if you want to be great, now I got to be hard on you. And I got to demand some things from the coaches because I know where I'm trying to get you to get to.
Yeah.
So, like I said, no offense to none of them. It was just my plan didn't align with theirs. My plan for him, you know what I'm saying, didn't align with what they had going on at the time. Mm-hmm. But so, yeah, I ask him all the time, you want to be good or you want to be great? And he would always say, Daddy, I want to be great. I'm like, well, like I got to be hard on you. You know what I'm saying? You might catch an interception and I'm going to tell you, yeah, but you took a false step. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, it might have been a few times he was like, man, like, am I doing anything right or whatever? So at sometimes you got to back up and give them the good, like, yo, like, you're doing amazing. But remember, we chasing something. So I can't be the one like everybody else telling you how good you fine, so I trade you this, you that. Nah, like I gotta point out your flaws that way you can correct them. Mm-hmm. And not that you're gonna be perfect, none of us are, but the more I point it out, the more you can correct here on this journey, the better off you'll be later on.
But you see that with a lot of great players and a lot of great teams and interviews. After they might have won a championship or did something great, they still say, man, we did good, but we still made a lot of mistakes. We left a lot of stuff out there that we could have did better. So we got to go look at film and get better. So it's good that he got somebody in his corner that not just always saying, yeah, boy, da. You keep them grounded, you know what I'm saying? So that's very, very important that you do that. So big ups to that. So now we leave Miramar where we at.
No,
after the PPO situation.
After the PPO, we leave Miramar.
This is still Optimist.
Okay. So then we have a COVID year. Because after Miramar, they lost to Delray in the playoffs. You let Ladarion cut back on you. You know that was him playing for Atlantic last night, right?
Yeah.
You can't beat him.
What?
So we go. So they lose in the playoffs. The quarterback leaves. Somebody else leaving. So I'm like, yo, like, what you want to do? But at this time, the last couple games of the season, that's when Angel came. So when Angel got the job, something happened with Dre, whatever. He left the team, miscommunication, whatever. So
the coach, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
So then we had this other coach come in, Angel. So Angel was like, yo, Trey was wearing number 5 at the time. Angel called me up. Angel said, yo, tell 5 get ready because I'm going to run him till his tongue hanging out. Because, like I said, not that we didn't have other great players, because we did. Like, our team was really good. A lot of good kids. A lot of them are still good right now. But I just always felt like when it comes to, like, size, strength, speed, like, Trey was always, every team he's been on, he's been one of the top athletes.
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is, like, not that I really care about offense like that, because, again, I always envisioned the defensive side just because I knew you didn't have to depend on anybody to make a play. Like, you go out there at corner, even if the D-line not doing what they doing, you can still cover your man, like do your job to the best of your ability and still be okay. But offense, receiver, you need the line to block, you need the quarterback to make the read and make the throw. It just, you need the OC to call the pass play. It just take a lot. You know what I'm saying? The coverage. So Angel comes and Angel like starts feeding him, start doing direct snaps, throwing the ball. He put him on kick return. Matter of fact, the first week he got there, that Friday, he was like, Trey, go. Because Trey, they used to have Trey like one of the up men on the kick return, like blocking.
Mm-hmm.
But again, that's another thing I told him, like, yo, he can return kicks. You know what I'm saying? So Angel like, yo, Trey, go back. So he did that practice that Friday. That Saturday, they kicked it to him. He took it back to a touchdown.
Okay.
So, it's just little things like that. But again, so when I start to see Angel feeding him the ball like that, it like took his confidence through the roof. So now you've always been a great athlete, but now that you're a great athlete and you're starting to see some results from your work, like your confidence.
It's building it.
So now, like as an athlete, that's the biggest thing. Like once you feel like you can do almost anything, like nobody can mess with you, that just take you to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
So at that time, like I'm like, yo, he need a bigger challenge after this, especially like I said, like. So we thought Angel was gonna have the team coming back, but we would have stayed. They didn't. Like they was taking long to announce it or figure out like the part was to say, okay, he gonna be the coach. They like nobody was saying anything. So and then now when nobody's saying anything, people leaving the team, whatever. So it's like now, damn, what kind of team we gonna have to come back to? So now I'm starting looking. I'm like, okay, what's the next place that I can put him? Like now that his confidence is there, that's gonna really like challenge him to be a great player to bring it out of. And so we go to visit. I don't know if you remember when I took you to visit. We go to visit Top Off Boys. They was at Washington Park.
You say Top Off Boys?
Yeah.
That's a team?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Malachi, who played for UM now, he was like
number 10.
Yeah. So he was. They call him Baby Jesus. So he was on that team, and a lot of other great players. So when I go visit them, and I seen like just how they coaching was, I was watching Coach Rowe, Coach Sack. I'm like, yeah, Trey, like this would be good for him. You know what I'm saying? So we went. I talked to him that day, and then we left it at that. Then when 7-on-7 came around, that's when like I finally brought him back out there to be, because they do go ahead and practice and do everything with him. So. Yeah, I don't know if we want to go somewhere else with that. Or
nah, I was just trying to see, like, because we was at Memoir PPO, and I was just trying to continue to see where his journey at. And I guess that's the next place he played ball at, or the case may be. And this is still before high school.
It's all before high school.
Okay.
So you want to talk about the 7-on-7 with Top Off?
Yeah, you can talk about it. Okay. So went out there, I already knew a couple of them because I had like one of my close homeboys played for them. So I already knew a couple of them. One of my homeboys named Sean, he played O-line. So I already knew a couple of them. So I come out there, we practicing. But what I did like was the coaching because like before that, I ain't
You said
never.
what you did or didn't?
But I did like.
Oh, what you did like? Okay.
Like the coaching, because like before, I see like the coaches used to like they ain't really get on me like that.
Mm-hmm.
When I was like 10U, 9U, all that, they ain't really get on me like that. Cause I mean, I used to mess up, but like they didn't tell me what I used to mess up on, or they wasn't like critiquing specific things that I did, like how my dad does, cause like he's focused on me every play. But the coaches at top off, they got all the kids to focus on, but they still critique you and tell you what you did wrong in this play. Even if you catch a pick, they'll tell you, oh, you probably caught a pick, but you was in the wrong zone. You should have been in the flats. You went in deep thirds. You should have been in the flat. Like they tell you stuff like that. So, but another thing was when I got there, like them kids, like they was good athletes too. So now it's not like
you just stand out.
Yeah, it's not like that. So it's like, okay, both of the receivers, like they both live. So it's not like I'm just strapping them, like they catching balls on me. I'm like, whoa, I ain't used to this, Cause like
challenging.
I ain't used to nobody.
And that's
really
what you needed.
Yeah, that's what I needed. I ain't really used to nobody doing nothing on me. So catch a bomb on me, I'm like, dang. Like I went crying and that, but I'm like,
it was more like motivation. Like, okay, I gotta step it
up. Yeah, it's new. I'm new to that. So then we go to the 7-on-7 tournaments. I think I want to say first 7-on-7 tournament. I was at corner, so because I'm used to playing with
smaller.
Yeah, well, a younger age group. So the quarterbacks they ain't that smart, and like the route concepts ain't that developed. Like, so I'm at corner. I think they ran like a slant post wheel, and I had my eyes in the backfield. They ran a wheel. I'm like, yo. But then
that was your first like big blur right there.
Yeah, in the 7-on-7 tournament. And that's when 7-on-7 like started to really like
taking off.
Yeah. So I'm like, I got bombed. Dang.
Dream killers.
Yeah. That was that plantation team. It was pretty stacked. They had won the Super Bowl that year, I believe.
Yeah.
So after that, I think we played them in the playoffs. But this is after the coach that talked to me. So we played them in the playoffs. They had this big receiver. He a 4-star now, I think. His name Jabari Brady. So he like one of the top receivers now still, but he was a top receiver back then. And he was bigger than everybody. So like everybody was about he grew about 2 inches. Everybody about like 5'4", 5'5". He about 6 foot, 6'1". I'm talking about that boy big, like he's a tall, slender man. Like that boy big. So I'm guarding him. And then like I'm holding my own. Like I get a PBU on him. I got the whole team turn everybody in his face talking crazy. I'm like, okay, so now like I know I could play with them. Like I'm really getting it. So then, I just stayed with them throughout the 7-on-7 season. The coaches was coaching me to get me better, teaching me things I didn't know. Cause like, that was probably the most sharpest like coaching group I've been with since I was in Little League.
One last thing before you continue that. That same tournament, I think what really like turned you up was when they put you on offense and you ran that deep post for the touchdown at the end of it.
I did, yeah.
Mally went the quarterback.
We was playing the same team, the Dream Killers team, the plantation team. So I went at receiver. He sent me on a post. I'm talking about Mally got it, slung it. I'm running. I see Jabari at safety. I kept running. I dove. Everybody rushed to me. They ran to me. They jumping up with me.
They were like, welcome to top off. Are you officially a top off boy?
Yeah.
So but it wasn't no doubt in your mind that you still was cornerback material, though. It wasn't no going receiver. You just like,
oh no.
Well, no.
You wanted to be a receiver.
Back then, in Little League, I always wanted to be a receiver. Like I'm more so an offensive guy. I don't know. I like be a receiver. Yeah, I like offense. Like I play corner now, but like if I go to receiver right now and line up at receiver, I go play receiver.
Okay. So you can play it though.
Most definitely.
Routes good.
Most definitely.
Okay, because I think that plays a part in being a DB, understanding routes. Because sometimes you can be talented, but if you got a great route runner, you ain't gonna be able to do nothing with that. You know what I'm saying? If you don't understand routes or know how to run routes yourself, so I think that plays a big part in it as well. You can go ahead and finish the 7-on-7 story. How y'all ended up that season?
We won like a whole bunch of tournaments. We won Battle Nationals in New Orleans. Won a couple local tournaments. We went out of town a couple other places. But it was COVID, so like it was like a long break in between. And then I think,
You got fat.
yeah, I got fat.
I was just about to ask, what was the cons and pros of COVID? I was just about to ask that. Any cons? Any like outside of getting fat, like
In the house, not
Just
doing
being
nothing.
stuck in the house, pretty much.
like you wasn't no film study, it wasn't none of that type of crap, none of that. Just video
shut
game.
down.
Yeah, everything was shut
video,
down.
Video games and food.
Yeah, we ain't really doing that.
And so when after the COVID, that's when we still in Optimist now, or we
Still in
made it.
Optimist.
Still an Optimist.
So he was again. So he had played with Top Off in that 7-on-7. So now when they started, because the leagues really didn't open back up, what they were starting to do was travel ball. So a couple teams had started doing it already, and then Top Off was gonna do it. Like they started like a month after everybody else. So, but by the time I took him back out there, like he had gained a lot of weight.
So he on the line now.
He ain't on the line, but you could just see like he'll step slower. He haven't been active, so now he getting little ticky tack injuries. And the biggest thing was his grade. So I think was it the PE teacher at what was that middle school? Pines Middle. He called me. He was like, "Yo," he's like, "Man, trade grades are bad." Like he was like, "Man, he said, I know like my athletes, I care about them. So when I see stuff, he's like, and so when he called me, like I snapped, like, well, ain't no football. Like this shit is done. You know what I'm saying? So that was like, so now he really back in the house because it's still COVID. You know what I'm saying? It was just some teams was doing travel ball to like get around the rules. So now everybody playing travel ball. He had messed up grades, so now he in the house, just eating. And so now by the time that's over, he got even bigger. So now he looked like now he really need to be a linebacker DN. You know what I'm saying? Like how he looked physically. So after that, like I didn't want to once the real season came back that next year, I didn't want to just like put him in a position where he wasn't ready. You know what I'm saying? So me and Sack talked, and he was like, "Yeah, like I get it." Like he was like, "Yeah, it's probably best." You know what I'm saying? So we go back to Miramar, but then now like we working out. Well, he working out, and I'm taking him to Swag. Shout out Swag. Swag was working him out, and plus with on the field work, like he just shredding. So now, like me and Sack talk again. Sack like, man, I just seen nigga look like He-Man, like he back, like bring him back. You know what I'm saying? He like Matty asked for him, like man.
But how are the grades at this point?
No, the grades was back, everything, because he back in school. So I think it was just at that time, like he probably was what 12, 11, like just being home, because I go to work early, so now you home, like gotta get online to do school. He gonna falling asleep or whatever. So now the grades back right. He done shredded, body back right. But now, Kai's there. No,
I heard you say
there.
Kai a couple times. Is that the quarterback?
That's the quarterback now.
Okay, all right.
So Kai not there, but Kari there. Who else? JoJo. So now like his friends are back at Miramar. So now it's like again. So I know football wise, it's probably best that he go with Top Off because like they had a whole staff that was. I really love the way they approach coaching and how they like
he said, his word. That's coaching he had up until that point.
Because they got after him. You know what I'm saying? And I used to always tell the coaches like, "Yo, y'all gotta." I said, "Trey Trey good. He's so good." I said, "Yeah, but he got so much more to give. Y'all ain't getting it because y'all don't get on him." He like, Dad, what you want me to do? He doing everything we asked him to do. I said, yeah, but that ain't it. Like, because I know my child. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and again, nothing to discredit them. They just like, shit, he doing everything. He playing good. Like, as a coach, you know what I'm saying? You kind of, some coaches just, that's where they at with it. But with them, with Sackman, like, they like, but we don't care who he is, what you did yesterday. Like, nigga, everybody get it. You know what I'm saying? So, and I like that. I love that. So, but it was like, that was the best football decision. But again, I'm a parent that's more so like at this time, like you need as a 12-year old at the time, like you need to, your friendships are more important. Like football will always be there. You'll eventually catch up to those kids. But these friendships that you're building right now, these are very important. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted him to have that. I didn't want to like take that away from him. You know what I'm saying? So boom, he played 12U that year. Team wasn't really good, to be honest. Like they had a few good players.
Just not top off.
No,
just Miramar.
This back at Miramar, 12U with Coach Mike. When the season started, they had probably like 15 kids. So we had to go pull kids like whoever the Army cut, whoever this team cut, like yo, send them kids over here to Miramar. And so they kind of just patched together a team. Still ended up making the playoffs. Y'all was what, like 7-3, something like that. So it was still, decent, but it wasn't like a stacked team like that. So then after that, he's supposed to go to high school. And this is an important part of the journey that, a lot of people are ashamed to talk about, but I was very open with it. So he's supposed to go to high school after 12U. And he actually, I had him in pace. And so pace was like, they were decent, like coaching wise. I nothing against their coaching. I just felt like he was there for like a month and a half during that summer, like, and they never gave him an opportunity to compete with the varsity kids. And I had a problem with that because it's like, yo, when I come out here and he running circles around the JV kids, like he's not getting better. Like I don't come out here to see that. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people would want to like just let him dominate. They want to brag on that. Like I brag on him a lot. Like he knows probably because other people tell him, but he shouldn't know because I don't do it to him. But that's not like what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, yo, like he never get an opportunity to compete with the varsity.
What I'm sorry to cut you off. What was you about to say that some people are afraid to talk about, but you're not? You getting into that?
I'm getting into that.
Okay.
So,
Just want to make sure we can stay on that point.
What that's about is reclass. So reclassing is basically you either stay down a grade or move up a grade. And so you can do it before high school because once you get to high school, you got 4 years. Once you enter ninth grade, you got 4 years. So again, we was at pace. He was gonna be in high school. That was his trajectory. Fine, but when I seen that they wasn't giving him an opportunity to compete to get on the varsity, which if he had gotten that opportunity and he just didn't meet the requirements just yet, I would have been totally fine with it. But the fact that he never got the opportunity, like I wasn't happy with that. So now like I'm already unhappy with the situation and I keep going to practice. I would go like once a week. And I'm like, yo, every time I come out here, like, so my homeboy Black was there, his son Black, the money was there, his mom Heather. So one day I go and the quarterback wasn't great. I'll say that.
I call it a spade.
Quarterback wasn't great. It's a child, so I don't really want to, what I'm saying.
Okay, I got you.
But it was this one play. I think Trey ran like a post or a slant, and then the other kid ran an out route. When that kid ran an out route, the quarterback dropped back and he threw the ball, but instead of the ball going on a rope to the out, it looked like a punt. I told Black and Heather that day, I said, that's it. We out. I said, I can't allow you to do this. Because, and again, at that time, what the coach, Duncan, who was at his elementary, Duncan was like telling, even that was another thing I didn't really agree with. He was like, yeah, you're one of the best players on both sides, but you can only start on one side of the ball. And so when he told me that, I'm like, what do they mean you can only start on one side of the ball? So naturally, what you think he gonna pick from this conversation?
Him?
Yeah.
Receiver.
So he picked receiver. He gonna go start at receiver, and that's the quarterback finna be throwing you the ball.
Oh, okay.
So I told him, I say, how many passes do you think you're gonna catch this year with this guy throwing you the ball? He's like, yeah. Because he, and again, so with the reclass thing, now we get into that. With the reclass, I had tried to get him to do it since the COVID year. So this was sixth grade. Mm-hmm. So because once COVID came, they pretty much gave everybody a free pass. Like, listen, if you feel your child didn't receive the proper schooling, that
it was going to 8th grade.
Huh?
It was going to 8th grade.
No. I'm talking about COVID.
COVID came 6th grade.
Yeah, right? That's what I'm talking about.
That whole year went by. Mm-hmm. Then it was still COVID 7th grade.
Yeah, but I'm talking about 6th grade.
No, I'm talking about when you first started talking to me about reclassing. It was right before 8th grade came. It was after they let everybody pass or whatever. Mm-hmm. But you ain't know they was gonna do that. You was like, you asking me, did I want to reclass?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. But you talking about 6th grade. I went 6th grade. That was going into 8th.
Okay, going so after 7th grade. But they tell everybody, due to COVID, because everybody was online school at the time, it was like if you feel your child didn't get the proper education, you don't feel like where they need to be, you can hold them back. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much. So at this time, I'm telling him, like, because I know I already understand the benefits of it. But again, I'm an adult. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand, but he don't understand. And again, I didn't want to make the decision for him. I just always try to give him the facts, guide him a little bit, maybe bribe him a little bit sometimes, but just to try to get him to like be at peace with the decision. So that's a little bit backstory on that, how far back I was trying to get him to do it. Mm-hmm. But again, we fast forward to Pace. So now after I see this pass, I'm like, yo, it's not even an option anymore. Like, you can't stay here. Like, so
that same quarterback.
Huh?
That same quarterback.
From the quarterback from Pace, after I seen.
I'm saying, you like, that's the same quarterback who threw that pass?
Yeah, so once I seen that, I'm like, listen, I say, because at the time, what I was trying to do, shout out my boy Brandon O'Doy, he had Surge Academy. So this was, Trey was at Miramar, 12U. They had got blown out the first game. So Brandon like, yo, what are you doing? Like, he's wasting a year. He could be over here in 7th grade playing varsity, getting varsity film. And again, as an adult, like, I identify with that right away. I'm like, that is a huge benefit. Like, you start your recruiting now versus 2 years from now. But again, during that time, I was always, I'm going to let my child be a child first and have these childhood relationships versus making it strictly about football. You feel me?
Yeah. Which is so boy.
So again, fast forward to Pace. I'm like, yo, I can't let you do this. I'm like, this is the one time but I gave him options though. What
was your get back to that? What was your feeling when he's telling you like he you can't be there, but you feeling like, man, I got my chance to be receiver. How was you feeling during this process?
At that point, I kind of started to like buy in. I understood because he gave me an option. So these were the two options. I could reclass and I go play at where it was, Avant-Garde. Or I could reclass and I go play with Kai, my quarterback, on 13U, and then go to high school the next year. So I'm like, all right. Like, I thought about it a little bit, probably like 5 minutes, and then I gave him a response. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go play with Kai.
And when you said go play with Kai, the quarterback, was that going to be receiver or still DB?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah, it was supposed to be both.
Okay.
So yeah, so at that time, like that was the first time I'm like, listen, I'm not giving you no options. Well, I'm gonna give you options, but you don't have the option to stay here at this school. So that's when I was like, listen, you're gonna reclass, but these are the two things you can do. Which I knew what he was gonna pick anyway. I just threw it out there. I knew he was gonna pick to go play Optimist again, one more year Optimist. But again, what would have been more beneficial for his, and I shouldn't say that, but I just felt like what could have been more beneficial was going to avant-garde, playing high school that year, and then that way, as an eighth grader, you're on varsity because he was going to reclass. So we ended up doing the reclass, but then instead, so that reclass year, he played on the park one more year. So he got to play with his friends again. Kai was there, Tank was there, JoJo was there. JoJo went to PPO. JoJo and Kari. So but yeah, so that's the reclass. The backstory of him reclassing was like, if they have a better JV quarterback, he never reclasses.
What is it about reclass that's making it you say some people don't like to talk about it?
So yeah, so if you look at the rankings, like 90% of the top kids are reclass kids, but a lot of parents don't like to talk about it. It's kind of like hush hush. They'll do it and then they'll never speak on it. I was one that was always pretty vocal about it because, like, when it comes to a lot of things, like I like to be the person that's like, yo, like this is okay. It's a good thing. Like you don't have to be ashamed, and I want more people to be able to take advantage of this opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Without feeling the backlash, like because I get a lot of backlash from that. Like even when he was younger, like people always used to be like, oh, he playing against younger kids because the AYFL, they had a May cutoff. May 1st was their cutoff. So his birthday being after May, he could play what they call playing down. But again, it's pretty much the same group of kids. You know what I'm saying? So, but that was always a thing. And then especially with the reclass, people used to like always try to take shots. And I'm just like, yo, whether he reclass or not, he's still 15 years old in the ninth grade playing against some kids that's probably 19. You know what I'm saying? Because if you look at FHSAA rules, you can be as long as you turn 19 after July 1st, you're eligible to play football. So you got kids 19, 19 and a half, and he's still 15 at the time. You know what I'm saying? So, but people just like to, you know, they like to take shots at me because I talk my talk.
That's what we gonna get into that. We gonna get into that definitely when we get to the high school part of the conversation. Now, this is his last year at Optimist though.
13U.
Yeah. 13U, and that's when he stepped into the high school arena. After that. Okay, and it's strictly DB.
So 13U was pretty much strictly DB. He played a little receiver, but again, it was one of those conversations where Coach John was at Hollywood. So John called me one day. He was like, yo, why don't you let Trey play with us in this 7-on-7? Because he had hurt his knee like after 12U year. Like 12U year, that's how his season ended. He caught a touchdown against Hollywood. Matter of fact, he caught a touchdown, ran into the end zone. The dude like tried to tackle him, and he kind of like shook him off, but he did something. Didn't tear anything, nothing major, but like he was in the cast for a little bit, like just trying to stabilize it. So after that, one day John was like, yo, let him play. And I was like, listen, I'm like, I don't want your parents to feel away by him coming to, play. And then I guess the kids who are really going to play with you that year might feel like, oh, why he playing over me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it kind of stemmed from that. And he was like, nah, man, it's cool. Just like, I just want the kid to be able to get some work. So fine, boom. So when it came down to like for Trey to actually like come back to the park, the first kind of thing I thought about was Coach John over there and Kai was there, so it was like it made the most sense. And at the time, it was the same thing. Like I'm like, yo, like every team he go to, because he's big, they want to play him at linebacker or this and that. So it was the same conversation. Like, my only request is he gets to play DB. I'm like, now he can help you at receiver. I get it that you got some guys already, but he can be another one that can help you. But my main request is for him to play corner. So boom, that's how that went. So he ended up playing mostly corner over there, and a little bit of receiver here and there. But that's that.
Okay, but once high school, it was just strictly DB.
Not really.
Not even?
I'll let you tell that story. Go ahead. Starting with the spring.
Oh, so spring come
at Norland. But before spring, I'll say this. Before spring.
I was just about to say, are you still doing 707s at this time, at this point? Okay.
So 707, I was playing with. 707 was before that. Yes, it was.
I promise you.
Yes, it was. 707 was before spring. Spring's in May. I played 707 before that.
When you played 707 with Norland?
I didn't play with. I'm not talking about with Norland. I wasn't playing 707 with Norland.
Who you was playing with?
I played with SFE and I played with Real Talk.
That? Oh, I ain't talking about that.
So 707, I was playing with SFE. Like SFE was my main team. I was playing with SFE 14.
What's the FSC? That's the league or the name of the team?
It's the abbreviation.
Okay.
South Florida Express.
Okay.
Yeah, South Florida Express. That's the full name.
Oh, it's like DJs.
They like the top 7-on-7 team in the world.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was my
in the world, Craig?
In the world, Craig.
So I was playing with them on 14U, and then with Real Talk, I was playing 15 with varsity. So that's like Archbishop's team. Archbishop, that's a high school in like Cooper, like close by Cooper City, somewhere over there. So I was playing with them because like a couple of my homeboys from PPO, they all was going there for high school. So they played with them in the 7-on-7. I wanted to go there too. But since I was doing like online school and like I wasn't really taking it serious, so I didn't have the right transcripts to get into Archbishop. Like my transcripts, something was wrong with it because I ain't finished my classes that I was doing online. But long story short, that was what happened with that. So then spring come, he took me to Norland. In my head, I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, I don't want to be out here, bro. Like I don't know nobody out here at Norland. I'm like, bro.
Kai wasn't there at that point?
Nah, Kai wasn't at that point. So I'm like, bro, I don't know nobody here, bro. I'm just out here. Like, I don't know nothing. But he like, look.
What led? Right before you answer that, you say what led to that decision, Norland?
So, again,
and not like the J, for instance, or something like that.
That's too far. You know, like everybody knows, like even from Little League, my biggest thing is convenience. Like with being able to get him somewhere on time, this and that. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So
that was the more or less the decision for Norland.
That was a big part of it.
Okay.
So again, we had went to Archbishop. They was like recruiting him.
But the transcript situation.
It wasn't even that really, because everything was fine. Like everything from the coaching staff to everything they was telling us about that they were building. Like it's all come to fruition now. Their vision for the team from 3 years ago. So they are everything that they said they were going to be. But it just was at the time like I always kind of, and I don't know if it's good or bad, but I take my life and I foreshadow it to mirror his in a way that I learned from like, okay, this is what happened with me, what was good about it, what was bad about it. So now with Archbishop, it's a school with a very strict curriculum, which he can do. He's very intelligent, so he can do work. That's not the problem. The problem I also had was he was gonna have to catch the bus early in the morning. Like it's gonna be like an hour bus ride, you know, when you factor in traffic. Then you got school, you got practice, probably another hour or so bus ride back home. So the commute was big, which, you know, that was a big thing with me in middle school with Ruben Daria. So I just remember like it's just a lot, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like you wake up You go to school, do what you got to do. You already come back home. You like right around the corner, like with Northern. So that was like one of the biggest decisions because even with the transcript, like you said, um, I don't, I don't get nobody in trouble, but they pretty much was he was gonna get in. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it for me the biggest thing just happened to be the commute. Like I thought about the commute, and so I'm like, I don't know. So then going into that spring, my homeboy Rick, who was also like over 7 on, at over SFB, whatever. Like he been Rick been looking out for Trey like for the longest. We went to Jackson together, and so even back to when they had SFB had a workout with Joe Burrow. He was like, man, bring 5-star Trey out here. Like I need enough you out here so he can get this, get this on his resume, whatever. So he always looked out for Trey. That's one of the main reasons I stayed loyal to SFP even when, like Rick kind of stepped aside and Trey just kind of felt like overlooked at the program, I was just like, you know what, man, like we've been with SFP all this time, like we just gonna ride it out. Mm-hmm. So when it came to Northern, it was just like Rick was out there, he was like, man, he was like, Jaden out there, working out with them right now. He was like, at the very least, take him out there and let him get to work. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna get bigger, faster, stronger. So he told me this back in March. So March come, I think I took you out that one time. We went like that one day, but then we never ended up going back for whatever reason. But so I just tell him, because he's stuck on Archbishop, and cousin CJ was coaching at Goldman. Mm-hmm. So then he was like, oh, I could go to Goldman, I could get on the field right away, play early, this and that.
Who was like that? Trey. Okay.
So I'm like, yeah, I understand all that, but like, it was still back to a matter of the commute. And like, cuz CJ was kind of staying close by. He was like, yeah, cuz I'll pick him up and bring him back. But I didn't want to put that bind between family. You know what I'm saying? Because I know like that's a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like every day you're gonna come pick him up, bring him back. Like there gonna be some days you don't want to do it or you can't do it or what. However it goes, I just know. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to be no miscommunication between us. We family. Like let's just leave it at that. So I was like, you know what? Northern right there. You can get there. You can get back. And like they had a lot of transfers. So that was like the main thing. Like, will he be able to play over there? But I was looking at it from a different standpoint of like, okay, well, they got all these big time, players. Like, it's gonna be a lot of coaches coming through there during the spring. So I'm like, all right, you go out there just for the spring, and you work out with the team, you get bigger, faster, stronger, and you take advantage of whatever coach is coming to see all these other guys. Guess what? They got to see you too because you're there. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that was my whole mindset going into it. And then once he got out there, like I used to go to practice every day at this time because like I want to see what's going on. So as we there and we practicing, I'm like, wait a minute, you just as big. You might not be as strong yet or not as fast just quite yet, but you like if you like outside looking in, he don't look like a kid that's still in the 8th grade at the time. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh nah, like we staying. You know what I'm saying? In my mind, I already made a decision, but I'll let you go into how you was feeling about it all.
Yeah. So like I said, like cause I really wanted to go to Archbishop with my dog. You feel me? Like that was what I wanted to do. Cause it wasn't just that. Like over there, they were saying like I could come in and start right now. I could play receiver and DB, but I definitely start at DB. Goldman, it was really the same thing, but they quarterback wasn't that good. And my dad told me that. He was like, you want to play receiver, but like they ain't got no quarterback for real. Norland got EJ. And then so spring come, I'm over there at Norland, I mean, I ain't really want to be out there. Like it was a little aggravating to me. So I'm like, bro, I don't want to go there. Like, but I stayed there through the spring. It was good work. Coach Roseman was getting us right. in the weight room. And on the field, I was playing receiver at first when I came there. So I'm with Coach Dingle. Coach Dingle was getting me right, teaching me little techniques, getting me better at receiver. So then as spring go by, towards the end of the spring, I want to say.
The last day.
Yeah, the last day before like the maroon and gray game. I think Coach Martin came to me. Coach Martin was like, he was like, I seen a video of you on Twitter. I seen you playing safety in the 7-on-7. Like you caught a pick. You like, you can come over and play defense for me. So then Coach Rosegreen was already telling me to come play DB from the minute I got there. And I ain't want to listen. I was playing receiver. So then I came and played DB. And I was actually like measuring up well against the players that was already there. Some of the seniors, some of the junior transfers. So I was matching up well with them. So then the maroon and gray game was like the next day or so. I want to say, or 2 days after. So then we go to that game, and like I was playing quickly. So like they split it up into two teams. So I don't think I was starting on either side of the ball. I wasn't starting on either side of the ball, but I played a lot in the game at receiver and DB. So I'm like, okay. So around this time, I'm like, okay, I'm starting to mess with it. Like I'm starting to like Northern. So then we go into the summer. Rose Green has a tour and the team has their own tour. So Coach Rose Green has his own tour, but he takes some of the DBs, some of the players with him, and they go on college tour. They go to Alabama and all these other schools. Because Coach Rose Green played D1. He played at Auburn. Mm-hmm. So
what Coach Rose is this? Coach Rose
from Rose Green? No, he at Northern, he the strength and conditioning coach and also the DB coach.
And the D coordinator.
But now the D coordinator.
The DC, okay.
Yeah. So he go on his own tour. So now I'm playing 7-on-7 with like the kids that's still there, but he got most of the DBs with him. So now in the 7-on-7 I'm starting, and I'm playing offense too. I'm not starting on offense, but I'm getting in. I'm playing. So now that I'm starting at DB, we go to the tournament at UM. I'm catching picks. I'm doing my thing. So then we had another one. We went to FAU. So FAU, we went. I'm playing DB and receiver. I was strapping up. I caught a pick. We won the whole tournament. So then after, I'm with my dad. Like, this man, he wanted to take pictures of everything. So we inside. We taking pictures. So Coach Martin texted my dad. He like, oh, the coach wanted to talk to me. So then we come out late because he wanted to take pictures so much.
He was changing too.
Nah, you wanted to take pictures though. You wanted to take pictures in front of the sign and all that.
Yeah.
So we come out.
Memories.
Yeah.
Are important.
So we come out. We missed him. So then I clap coach up. I'm like, all right, get in the car. Me, him, my teammate, Josh. So then we on the road. And then, like, he looking at his phone. Like, he all in his phone. So I'm just chilling back there. I'm doing the same thing. I'm on my phone. I'm not really tripping. I'm like, oh, we just won a tournament. Vibing. So then he turned around. He like, oh, you got your first offer. So, like, at that moment, you feel me? I'm in the car. I'm trying to be nonchalant with it, but like inside, I'm really happy. Like I'm excited.
You did, but you ain't trying to show it. You ain't trying to show your emotion.
Yeah. But I'm excited though. So then he told me like the FAU coach wanted to offer me to like what they seen out the other day. So then I go post it on Instagram. He tell me the coach asked so I could tag the coach. So then I tag him. I post it on Instagram. I think like 1,000 people like the post. Like everybody liking the post, commenting, and reposting it. So then like at that moment, I'm like, dang, I got a D1 offer like in the 8th grade. Like, so then I'm like, okay, I could really do this. Like, this is something I could really do. Like, I can go forward with this. Like, I already knew that. I already knew how good I was. But once I got that first offer, like, it really, like, put it in my head, like, okay, I can go forward with this. So then.
So, real quick, just to plug somebody in that was, like, very instrumental. And that, like he said, like, he was the one that went out there and played. Did well on the field. So it was your play that got you the offer. But a lot of things, it's not like always, what you know is who you know. And so again, the same dude, Brandon O'Doy, who was trying to get him to come play varsity in the 7th grade at Surge Academy. He also has his media, which is football hotbed, and he do like these all-star games that are real big hotbed all-star games that attract a lot of coaches' attention. So, and I'll never forget this. We was at that FAU tournament, and after the FAU tournament, and I don't know if you remember this, how this went. Like every staffer he went to, he spoke with him, and he called Trey over. He's like, "Yo, this is Kenton Dopson, man. He's in the 8th grade." Cause like, you know, they watching the game, they see, oh, that dude balling, but they don't know who you are, and they definitely don't know you are in the 8th grade at this time still. So again, like I said, like Brandon, you know, he's connected. He know all of these like a lot of people on staff. So every like Trey trying to like celebrate with his team. That was another reason we was late coming out, because Brandon like must have introduced him to everybody, like every staffer that was there. He went over there. Hey, this is Kenton Dopson. He in the 8th grade. You know, he just won a tournament. He started. He did this and this and this. Like, so boom, that's this person. Boom. Now we go. We walk a little bit more. He's like, yo, where Trey went? Like, because he want to introduce you to somebody else. So he must have introduced him to like 7 or 8 people that was on the, you know, like staffers. So, and then as we walking out, he's like, yeah, he's like, this is how things move. He's like, you talk to them and they're going to relay the message to the position coaches and this and that. And then sure enough, by the time we get outside, Tunsil was there too. Tunsil and who else was there? Tunsil, Martin, and I think Quay was still there, like because everybody had done left. So I think them 3 was still there. It was like, yo, man, the FAU coach was out here for like 30 minutes waiting on you, like, you know what I'm saying? They wanted to talk to you. So they ain't say nothing about the offer at that time. They just said that, you know, they wanted to talk to you. They was waiting. So, boom, that's when, like he said, we get in the car, and I forget who, somebody texted my phone, and it was like, yo, FAU just offered Trey. And so that's when I relayed the message. But I just wanted to say, like, you know, it's more than just your play. Like, a lot of people don't understand that you gotta, one, promote yourself, but if you also can, like, tie in with other people who are in this business that know people that can also help you get your person's name.
A lot of times it's about relationships. It ain't about what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah.
Good girl.